That's where Newswatch 16's Alan Vickers is live this noon. Alan, what can you tell us about what happened there today?
Yeah, good afternoon, Julie. Crews were called around 9:17 this morning, and as you can see, we're at a road close sign, and that is because we're about 5 miles from the crash scene. Now, just to give you a little picture of where we are, we're about 6 miles from Centralia and 12 miles south from Bloomsburg. Now, back to the crash, the emergency officials say that is a one-vehicle crash, and the coroner is on scene right now. They couldn't.
Let's go right to Newswatch 16's Alan Vickers. He is live near the scene in Scott Township tonight. Alan?
Yes, sir. We're on the scene of a fatal tractor-trailer crash, and as you can see behind me, there's mangled metal in the middle of I-81 northbound, as well as a tractor-trailer that's on its head. Now, if you take a look at this video right here, PennDOT says this crash took place around 4 p.m. Both lanes on 81 are closed, and traffic is going back for miles. There is a detour in place at exit 201. Cars are being directed off the interstate, and they're going through on West 438 and up 107 to the next exit to continue their travel on this July 4th holiday.
Scene's Alan Vickers has been in Philly all day with fans excited to see the world champs kick off this season. And Alan's live now from Lincoln Financial Field. Hello, Alan.
Hey, John and Julie, I'm here down in South Philadelphia right now. There's a sea of green behind me. These Eagle fans are out and about right now. There's been hot dogs on the grill, and fans have been tailgating all day. Now, they say that the Super Bowl is in Atlanta this year, and that's where Eagle fans are trying to go for this season. It's been an exciting one because they captured their first Super Bowl against the New England Patriots, and they're excited for their second.
Alan Vickers spoke with those who say they were just doing their job. Alan's live now in Scranton with the story. Alan.
Good afternoon, John and Julie. The fire broke out at 7:30 this morning. Now, there was a utility crew working down the street here on Larch Street. When they saw the fire, they rushed to this house right here to make sure everyone got out okay. The usual set of circumstances led to the crash on those railroad tracks behind me. Plains Township police say that after a couple got into an argument, the man then smashed his girlfriend's the windows to his girlfriend's car, then took down Minor Street, making a left. And when he made that left, he ended up on railroad tracks and got stuck. Now, he was able to get out of his car, but his car was then smashed by an oncoming train. Police talked to the man inside the police station, and they said that he will be cited.
Newswatch 16's Alan Vickers has that story from Carbon County.
A group of people stood on North First Street with one goal in mind: getting drugs out of Lehighton. For weeks, signs reading "Stop selling drugs to my friends" and "Say no to drugs" could be seen by passing cars in this part of Carbon County.
We all want you to come together as a community to stop the drugs, to stop the dealers from coming to our town, for killing our family, our friends. It's just devastating to have someone in your household pass away, especially my son.
Patricia Graham lost her son Michael to an opioid overdose in July. Michael Graham would have been celebrating his 35th birthday later this week. Devin Dunwoody began holding signs after losing 2 friends to overdoses in the same week.
It's a direct message to the dealer to stop selling drugs that are. It's a public health crisis.
Devin Dunwoody met Michael Graham while they both were in recovery.
Talk about giving a shirt off his back. It was chilly one day, and he's like, "Hey, Devin, here's the sweater." You know, he always wanted to make sure everyone else was all right, and that's why I'm out here, and some of his friends, they know the heart he had. Friends and family stand here at this park in Lehighton, hoping that this brings change to their community. I want to remember him in the light that he was, because he was a light. And I always say that little spark of light in a dark room could illuminate it, and that's what he was, and he's going to be missed. Devin plans to continue holding anti-drug signs every Tuesday for his friend Michael. Good afternoon, John and Julie. You can see the hole right behind me. That was all left by a bulldozer, leaving a headache for the homeowner who's faced damage to his home 2 years in a row.
I came out on the porch as it hit the house. Then all of a sudden it backed up.
Frank Gillette tells Newswatch 16 he's getting tired of picking up the pieces of his home. A tornado damaged his roof last year, and now a runaway, unmanned bulldozer crashed into his house in Dunmore. He, along with his wife and son, were inside when they heard a rumble.
And that's when the whole house shook. So when I opened the door, the dozer was hitting the garage.
Police say the operator of the bulldozer was thrown out, and that bulldozer continued to roll down the hill into that garage. The homeowner saw the whole thing. Dunmore police say the operator of the bulldozer tried to stop it, but fell off and was hurt.
In the beginning, I was saying, what the hell was the guy doing down here anyway? And when I looked, I said, there's nobody in that.
But then this story took a surprising twist. Gillette says as the bulldozer smashed into the garage, a piece of plywood snapped. The wood then smashed through the windshield, hit the shifter, putting the bulldozer in reverse. The dozer then went back up the hill and finally stopped. Not only did the bulldozer wreck the garage, Gillette says the runaway bulldozer damaged his collection of trains and his riding mower. For some drivers in Schuylkill County, this morning's commute was filled with roadblocks. Both man-made and others near Tremont were created by Mother Nature. The downpours flooded front yards and basements. The rain left residents in Tremont wondering if it would ever stop, as they had to pump water out of their homes again.
Every passing thunderstorm that we receive, 15, 20-minute downpours, we get a lot of just water runoff that's coming through people's houses.
When it flooded so bad that everybody lost their homes on Monday, the Sunday night before that, it was up over my waist that we were flooded on this street that nobody else was. It's all the time. It's just getting to the point we're ready to sell.
George and Michelle Schaefer tell Newswatch 16 their home was flooded time and time again this summer.
I lost my Harley, my buddy's Harley. I have $60,000 in damage just in my garage, besides a hole in the foundation here, oil burner. Everything in the garage, or in the basement, was about 6 foot besides. And the water was high enough to come in almost to our house.
While others had to deal with the realities of destroyed household items and property, Blake Herb took time out of the day to splash around in the rain.
Every time it floods, he'll come down to the basement and he'll yell, "Mommy, it's flooding, can we go outside and play?" And we got to put the boots on, and he has to come out and he has to jump and play, and he loves it. I don't, but he does, so whatever makes him happy.
Officials were able to take down the American Legion that was damaged by recent flooding, but the heavy rains didn't make it easy for crews.
The demolition is just about finished. They're working on debris removal. That hopefully will be finished up shortly. But I'm just lost with words right now with the weather.
Monroe County Coroner's Office identified the 24-year-old as a Philadelphia area woman who had been missing since January. Deborah Prosser lives in the mobile home park where Murray's body was found and tells Newswatch 16 she met Murray around Halloween.
She was really sweet, very friendly.
A Facebook page called Bring Nicole Murray Home says Nicole was, quote, brought to the Long Pond area from Philadelphia in late December. According to that page, Murray was last seen in early January. Prosser tells Newswatch 16 she had no idea Murray's family and friends in the Philadelphia area were looking for her.
I am absolutely in shock and just devastated, kind of like something like this could happen. Such a beautiful soul, and right here by my house.
Newswatch 16 spoke with other neighbors who are just learning the 3-month search for a 24-year-old woman ended tragically in their community.
This area is like strange things happen and strange things go on.
It's pretty quiet over here. If something happens, nobody's around for quite a while sometimes. So really alarmed to hear that this happened to a young lady.
The Monroe County Coroner's Office will perform an autopsy Monday, which will reveal exactly how she died. Dave? This picture shows the fire and smoke that was coming from a white house on Larch Street in Scranton. The fire ripped through the house, leaving blackened windows and broken glass on the ground. It was what a utility crew saw while working on a gas line nearby.
It was black smoke. It started real slow, and I mean, it started on the back porch. You could see that, you know, the flames, a little bit of flames and smoke, but it was just rolling black smoke.
While replacing a gas line on Larch Street, this utility crew noticed smoke coming from a house just a block away and knew they had to do something. Without any hesitation, Adam Buczynski and other workers from Krieger Pipeline of Dixon City went into action.
It's kind of scary, you know. They were sleeping inside, and, you know, they thought we were working out here and making noise, but we were actually banging on their doors for them to get out.
All 3 people inside were able to make it out safely.
I'm an Eagle Scout, so that was you know, you always got to be prepared for everything, so this is what I was prepared for, so.
John Kane has worked with the pipeline company for almost 10 years and says this is all in a day's work.
It was just like instinct. you know, I mean, I would want somebody to do the same for my family, you know. I mean, just made sure everybody get out. I don't want to see nobody get hurt.